Have you ever deployed an app only to find that it still runs on the default domain? It can be frustrating, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tackle how to disable the default domain of your Node.js app on Google App Engine. I totally understand your concern. It's annoying when you think you've set everything up perfectly, only to realize that the default domain is still accessible. You're definitely not alone in this. Many developers face the same issue. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user recently asked, how can I disable the default domain of my Node.js app on Google App Engine? They mentioned that while their custom domain works perfectly, they still see the default domain. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, why does this happen? When you deploy an app on Google App Engine, it automatically assigns a default domain. This is a common setup, but it can be confusing if you want to use only your custom domain. Don't worry, we will walk through the steps to resolve this. And stick around, I have a great tip at the end that will help you manage your domains more effectively in the future. To disable the default domain on Google App Engine, the user should first navigate to the Google Cloud Console. This is where they can manage their app settings. Next, the user should go to the App Engine settings. This is where they can find the options related to their app's domains. In the settings, the user will find a section for custom domains. Here, they can manage their domain settings and see the default domain listed. Unfortunately, the user cannot disable the default App Engine domain directly. However, they can set up a redirect from the default domain to their custom domain to ensure users are directed to the correct site. Finally, the user should test the setup by visiting both the default and custom domains to ensure the redirect works as intended. Fun fact, did you know that the first web domain ever registered was symbolics.com back in 1985? Just like that domain, we want to make sure your app is uniquely yours. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user explains that you cannot disable the default App Engine domain. Instead, they suggest writing a redirect script. You can check for AppSpot in the request's HTTP host and App Engine Google in the user agent to identify internal requests. Additionally, the user warns that using a 301 redirect may cause task queues to fail, so proceed with caution. Let's move forward and look at another answer. An alternative solution from another user involves modifying the router logic in your Node.js app. They suggest checking if the hostname ends with appspot.com and if the user agent includes App Engine Google. If both conditions are met, the app will redirect to your custom domain. Let's move forward and look at another answer. An alternative solution suggests using the dispatch.yaml file in App Engine. By listing all your custom domains there and excluding the appspot.com domain, Google will return a 404 error for the default domain. However, it's important to note that this method may no longer be possible, so be sure to check the comments for updates. For more details, refer to the official documentation on request routing. Here's the tip I promised. Regularly check your domain settings to ensure everything is configured correctly. This can save you from potential issues down the line. And there you have it. You should now have the default domain disabled for your Node.js app on Google App Engine. Remember, keeping your domain settings in check is crucial for a smooth user experience. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.